What is up, Philadelphia, and welcome live from the Xfinity Studio to another edition, a post-bye week edition of the Cheap Seats. Boys and girls, how was your bye week? I hope you enjoyed it. What did I do on my bye week? Absolutely nothing. And it was glorious. It was a rare opportunity just to wake up late, wear sweatpants all day, do some laundry, and watch some football while I'm just sitting there on the couch scratching my own ass. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. And the Eagles, figuratively, by sitting on the couch, scratching their own ass, all of a sudden, lo and behold, end up the one seed in the NFC, watching the Giants lose, the Commanders lose, the Cowboys lose, the Packers lose, and the Lions lose. Now, one person that wasn't sitting on the couch, sitting in sweatpants, scratching their own ass, was one Howie Roseman. We're going to talk about the Eagles having the one seed. We're going to talk about all the trade stuff and whatnot. Guys, it's great to be back from the bye. Mr. Jason, actually, have I met you before? You look familiar. Hi, my name is Eric.
That's a bit of a dig, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit of a dig.
It might be a bit of a dig, inside joke. I'm glad you got to enjoy some football over the weekend. I did not, at least not on Saturday, because I'm a YouTube TV subscriber, and we don't get ABC and ESPN with this little spliff that's going on. But I was entertained this week by a little Howard Roseman and some moves. I love the fact that he was a little aggressive. It gave us something to look forward to on an otherwise quiet week. So from that perspective, I'd say I had a pretty good week. Mr. Gritty, how about you?
He looks familiar too.
I'm doing great.
Do I know you?
Do I know you?
Have we met before?
Have we met?
Trashworth, B-Rick.
Yeah,
Yes,
B-Rick.
yes,
B-Rick.
I know I've seen you guys on the TikToks,
uh-huh.
as the kids say. I'm
Right.
fat gritty, by the way. No, but yeah, it was one of the better weekends of just watching everything fall apart everywhere else.
Right.
And I didn't have to do anything. I didn't really tweet about it. And I'm just like, man. And then if Monday comes and the Cowboys lose, and I got YouTube too, so I didn't even get to see the Cowboys lose. I could just feel it in the ethos.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel it in the air. Like there's something about they lose to them on Monday night. The Cardinals have only won 3 Monday night games in like the last 20 years. All 3 of them come against the Cowboys.
Coincidence?
Watching Sweat go out there and wreck shop on there, I'm like, oh, I miss you, baby.
Was he got 7 sacks? I think he had 7 sacks on the season.
He got like 32 the other night.
Yeah, right.
He knows that team. Gannon knows that team.
Mm-hmm.
He sat his quarterback down, soft benching.
I was following it, meaning just the NFL Sunday and then obviously the Monday night. And for the Eagles to have the bye, and then to go in and, I'm following some Sunday football and, okay, the Packers are in a dogfight. Okay, Minnesota's giving it to Detroit. Oh, okay, Commanders aren't going to get the dub. There's no way. We already know the Giants, so there's no way Dallas is going to lose too. It can't be that perfect. There's no way every single domino is going to fall. And sure enough, man, capped off Monday night with an Arizona win. It was a fun week for not having Eagles football.
Yeah,
it could not have gone any better from an Eagles fan's perspective.
and I think a lot of people feel the same exact way when you watched just with no Eagles football, when you got yourself out of your little bubble, because that's what we tend to do. We tend to hone in. The nice thing about the Philadelphia Eagles fan base is they're not just fans of the Philadelphia Eagles, but they're fans of the entire league. They're incredibly intelligent and they watch the rest of the teams. They know what they're looking at. But sometimes we get so caught up in this bubble and critiquing every little last aspect of the roster and what's going on and this and that. It was refreshing to watch everyone else struggle. Like, genuinely struggle. True. And it reminds you in a way that, hey, no team out there is perfect. No team out there is stacked front to back. And as much as we might look at CB2, which they tried to address, and as much as we look at the defensive end position, and much as we look at this or that, hey, there's a lot of teams with a lot of other weaknesses too. And some of them over the trade deadline did a little bit of a gross overpaying to help compensate for that. Now, we'll just dive right into it. We talked about the Michael Carter trade last episode. So there was 2 trades after that. Jair Alexander in a 7th, for a 6th round pick, and Jalen Phillips, another Jalen on the team, for a 3rd round pick coming out of Miami. I'm going to start with you guys before I give my thoughts because I don't want to be like a wet blanket on this stuff. But okay, what are your opinions on what Howie Roseman did over the trade deadline?
So yeah, I don't want to be a wet blanket either.
Pretty. How are you feeling about the trade deadline?
Howie liked it. Howie felt real confident about it.
Yeah.
Howie was really happy. His press conference, he said, freak, freakier, freakazide like 5 times. He made a lot of jokes. He was in there with a comedy. So he thinks he was cooking. So I guess that's good. You got a Vic Fangio guy, comes in, he can play right away. I don't have to worry about if Vic's going to like him, if he's going to vibe, if he's going to fit. It's someone who actually knows the system is happy to be here. Young, athletic, freaky in 5 different ways, however Howie kept trying to say it. And so I hope everything's going to be great. As far as Zaire is concerned, man, y'all keep showing me a lot of Packers highlights. A lot of, he came from a purple team, right? Like, where's one flash in purple? And why was the purple team trying to get rid of him? So I don't know what it's going to be. Change of scenery, different situation. Hope he is what we want him to be. But my gosh, Howie Roseman, how many DBs can you get? Are you trying to compensate for something?
Yes.
Would the ladies like to have one strong unit or 15 medium to small size units? Size does matter sometimes. I'm just saying. Like,
Let's start
this conversation.
Let's
took a
start.
A lot of DBs out here. A lot of DBs. We got 23 DBs.
Let's start with the glass half full, right?
Okay. I like
because I mean it's going to go in a million different directions. We'll go glass half full to start. I already like from a Michael Carter-Williams and Jair Alexander perspective, like, okay, names. They're names. We recognize the names. We know they have at least at one point played at a high level. The injuries are something aside. But last week we sat here and we said, well, Michael Carter is most likely going to be your slot. Did they move Coop outside? They've at least got another competent name, a body to throw outside so you can potentially keep Coop on the inside. When it comes to Jalen Phillips, yes, Vic, look, if Vic vouches for him, you're good with me. All right, so Vic had some time with him. He vouched for him. He come over. He knows the system. They keep saying the part, I don't know if this is glass half full, but they say, God, his energy, his effort, his high motor. And we've heard that in Philadelphia before. That's not necessarily a good thing when they start touting your high motor. But the guy gets after the quarterback. He's probably a top 15 edge in terms of win rate. What I really like about Jalen Phillips that's not being talked about a lot is what he can do for the run game. We talked about Brandon Graham coming in from an edge perspective to help build up the basically corral in and let the inside do their work. Well, look, Jalen Phillips can do that now. In terms of, they have this. This is an actual stat. From a run stop win rate perspective, he's ahead of Myles Garrett. He's 7th, just ahead of Myles Garrett. So there are things that he does really well. The challenge with all of them, and we do this in Philadelphia, right? We're going to live off the if. The hypotheticals. Well, if Michael Carter can get back to form and stay healthy. Well, if Jair Alexander's knee isn't some pulled pork at this point falling off the bone. If Jalen Phillips can stay healthy, which he's battled a ton of injuries in his time. If all those things happen, well, then hell, I mean, damn, it looks like a great trade deadline. I just don't like living on the ifs. I love the fact that they added to positions that we openly admitted we need to address. And the reality is they're 6-2. Everybody struggles, and they're just adding talent, cost-effective talent to the team to make a run. So from an overall glass half full perspective, I think we've got that going for us.
Glass half full. I'm going to give my
Wait, no, you're in this seat now. You're not sitting over here.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
So
we're
switch seats. We're
change the mentality.
We're J-Rock. We're P-Rock
B
right
Rick?
now.
Is it B Rick? You're being B Rick or E Rock?
Be Rick.
All right, so they had to do something. So they did something. They were thin at defensive end. So they're so thin at defensive end. They're calling up Brandon Graham, bugging him at the beginning of the season, going, hey, bud, what you doing? That's how thin a defensive end they are when they tried to, I don't want to say they forced him into retirement, but they gently, kind of gave him the old nudge. Hey, here you go. Why don't you ride off in the sunset? That would be the perfect opportunity, and asked him right back right at the start of the season. So they had to do something. You had the guy just retire. What was his name?
Zaire Smith, or jeez,
Yeah, what was
Darius
it? This is
Smith.
Darius
Should have
Smith. He was
said
here for a cup of coffee. That's how much my mind would blank on already forgetting his name. A cup of coffee. So they had to do something. They had to do something at cornerback to try to A, add depth, and B, just, okay, we got a group of guys. We already established the group of guys conundrum where it's all the same guy, different jersey numbers, different last names, skill set, same guy. So you had a couple weak spots at the defensive point where you needed to backfill the roster and just add depth. The fact that Vic Fangio is vouching for Jalen Phillips, especially coming from a Miami system where you heard when Vic Fangio first got here, nobody in Miami liked him. He was a curmudgeon, and the defensive players didn't even like him. For him to say, no, I want that guy because that guy's got a high motor and that guy plays the right way and that guy has the right mentality to fit my defense. Okay, Vic, much like you said, if you're going to vouch for this guy, I'm going to be okay with it. These were all avoidable things. These are all corrective behavior. So as much as I would love to sit here and toot it's Howie season. Oh, look at Howie seasoning, right? Black Riddick, Howie seasoning. The reality of the situation was he had to do something, and I applaud him for doing something. However, this was the same exact thing I was talking about with expiring contracts and aging veterans and giving up this draft capital that you held so closely to the vest like it was gold bullion, which it is. And now you're paying it for basically what is rental players, hoping that they pan out when it could have been addressed in the offseason.
And Gritty, I know you want to say this. This is where I'm going to disagree with you. So I don't view it as giving up a lot of draft capital for a rental. I know on the face it looks like that, and really, if you're going to say that the draft capital is a third rounder, you don't really worry about the 6th and the 7th rounders when you can get guys right. You're talking about that third rounder for Jalen Phillips, and so I get it on its face, it's a third rounder. Now you've got 3 of them, so you put yourself in a position to be able to spend if necessary. But even if he walks and it is a rental, Howie's playing chess. This is not checkers. Now, it's not checkmate, but he's positioned himself, if he walks, compensatory pick back. So you're not really giving up a third rounder. Maybe you get a 4th back. Maybe it's a 5th at worst. But if Jalen Phillips, who is going to be 26 years old, hitting free agency, and is still again, I said he's probably about a top 15 rusher in the NFL right now. He will get a nice contract if he can stay healthy and remain productive. Still got to do that. But again, it's chess, not checkers.
You can't pay everybody, and you can't foresee the injuries. People got hurt. I feel like the defensive back situation isn't as bad as we make it seem. Everybody cries about Jackson and Ringo and all those guys, and they gave up yards. They didn't give up touchdowns. And we're a team that was a bend but don't break defense. When Carter's not fully healthy, in shape, putting pressure on, when Smith isn't on the D-line, getting pressure on the quarterback, and they've got time to pick apart your secondary, I feel like none of the unit was complete, but they also weren't terrible. So Howie didn't do great. Like I've talked about this. I thought he should have kept Isaiah. Now Isaiah could have 4 picks. He can give up 4 touchdowns. So it's boom or bust over there too, whether you miss him or you want him back. So I don't know. Like Howie does have a bill coming really soon. So I don't know what more he could have done besides what he did for himself. I'm going to accumulate 42 picks this year and the next year. And if I have to patch myself up and patch the boat up, I will. And again, to what he said, compensatory picks, you're not really losing anything. And it's kind of a wash. But I feel like how he tried to give the youth a chance. He tried to give the guys a chance to show themselves. Again, you pick up somebody like Campbell, and then Dean comes back earlier than expected. Now what do you do there? Because you've been training him as a linebacker when you could have been having him on the edge more if Dean would have been healthy from the start of the season, which I assume that's what they plan on going. Because you can't have all these linebackers, which we talked about. So Howie's in a weird position, and I've kicked Howie in the back a billion times when he was messing up. This right here, this is maintaining status quo right now for me.
Especially when you look around the league, right? So I'll respectfully, you're right. I'll respectfully disagree. I do feel like CB2 is a problem. I don't know that they necessarily They didn't solve anything. Now, maybe they'll find something that kind of helps address that. I still believe, of the group, I still believe Ja'Cory Bennett has the best shot at securing up CB2. Just me personally. Started in the league, more athletic, young. I feel like Vic can work with him. But when you look at...
But Vic doesn't think that.
Clearly, right? Clearly, or else he would have. Now, he's coming back from
all
injury.
That matters is what Vic thinks.
He's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Right? So, look, time will tell. Yeah. We're going to find out within the next couple of weeks who's really out there at CB2. But where I was going with that is Howie can only do so much. Yeah, okay, I think the CB2 is an issue. Maybe they agree. Maybe they disagree. Who did you want him to go get? When Sauce Gardner is getting 2 first-round picks. You're not, and Sauce Gardner's a good player. He hasn't played great this year. And Indy's still giving up. Now, Indy's going after a Super Bowl. And they're going all in, and that's fine. But Howie's not giving up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. There was rumors about the Eagles in hot pursuit of Myles Garrett, and would they give up 3 first-round picks? Well, would he? Yeah, maybe. But you're right. There are checks that are due, and when you have to pay these guys big money, you've got to have first-round picks to get yourself talent with contracts that offset the guys that you got to pay. You give that up and then bring a massive contract. Like, those moves weren't really there realistically for Howie to make. So in the situation he's in, they weren't. I mean, they're there. Sure,
we wanted Patrick Surtain like our lives depended on it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not sure. I'm not saying we don't want these guys. Yeah, we all want them.
And the caveat, again, I don't care about this because we're not like the smart people that do these shows. But taking Myles Garrett and taking Sauce Gardner is a great move for the teams that take them, because the bill that's due, the Jets are paying a good $50 million of that contract.
Yeah.
Like, we're paying for Huff to go play on another team right now. We're paying a good $40 million for a guy who's not on our team because we didn't play him, and then we traded him. So if you want to go get me Garrett, yeah, sure, because the Browns going to eat $90 million of that contract. Same reason, trade A.J. Brown. You want me to eat $90 million to watch him go catch touchdowns up and down the field with somebody else and then maybe come and defeat me? Are you stupid? People are so stupid. But again, if you...
I'm so glad Gritty's back in his old seat. This is the Gritty I remember.
If you had Sauce Gardner, I mean, like, again, he hasn't been playing well, but like...
I'm just saying that price tag, 2 first-round picks...
For Sauce Gardner is a good deal.
I don't know.
He's already been paid the highest contract. You're getting him at a discount, and he's one of the better... When you name cornerbacks, if you ask a person off the street, he's in the top 5 that you name. And if you put him next to Q, you are shutting stuff down back there.
So I know we all trust in Howie. And I would have sat here today if the Eagles would have traded for Sauce Gardner, or if the Eagles would have traded for Myles Garrett. I would have told you, and Howie I trust. He'll figure it out. It's not my problem. This is what he's good at. He'll figure it out. I get that. But I just wonder now that we can, because it didn't happen, right?
So
who would have...
Let me ask you,
add that guy at the expense of who?
Let me ask you this question.
Who?
Let me ask you this question. Would you trade for Sauce Gardner for 2 second-round picks?
100%. Oh,
yeah.
2
second
Would
round
you
picks,
trade for
Myles
Garrett for 2 second-round picks and a first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you put any one of those players on the team, I'm winning the Super Bowl. I got the last pick in the draft. They're essentially 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Again,
like, those are mega chips. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's a very big differentiator. You're right. When you're talking about your first round picks being anywhere from 28
even
to
if I got the
32
Super Bowl, you got the
years.
second to last pick. I'm like, hey,
I know. For me, it's more you'd call it golden bullion, right? Around the neck. Because that's what it is. And it's not just because, look, you don't hit, a lot of people would kick back at me and say, there's no sure thing in the draft. And there's not.
No.
You're not definitely going to hit on a guy. And that's all the more reason to go for and take the swing on a big player. However, when you are able to hit, again, for me, it's about, I got to trust my scouting department, first of all. I got to trust Howie, first of all, right? But then it's about it's the contract, having that 5th year, that team option 5th year. And it's a player at a team-friendly contract for the next 5 years that offsets the big contracts that you have. You got to pay Jalen Carter. You're going to have to pay Nolan Smith. You're going to have expensive players on the defensive side of the ball. Right now, all the spend is on the offensive side of the ball. Eventually, that bill is going to come due on the defensive side of the ball, and you're going to need – you got to draft a replacement for Lane Johnson here coming up. Odds of you finding that type of tackle in the 2nd round, 3rd round, can you? Absolutely. But the premier tackles that you're going to find in the NFL are going to be your 1st round picks, and Howie likes to have those.
It's what Howie could do, given, and that's the glass half full approach that I try to take. And when I saw all these trades go down, honestly, I sat there and thought to myself, like, oh my God, I got to do the cheap seats. How am I going to play this? How am I going? Because the inner green goggled E-Rock, which you all know and love, right, is sitting there going, yeah, it's Howie's season. Look at how we make these moves. But I would be a complete hypocrite if I stood up here and waved the arm, Howie's season, when I literally sat here and said, do not do the Golden Tate thing.
Right.
Where you are trading a 3rd round pick for an expiring contract who, if he balls out, you're not going to be able to afford anyway. And I just want to I just want to temper, not the expectations. I just want to say it kind of is what it is, because it's not, Jalen Phillips is not here to save the day, right?
No.
He is the absolute definition of what a rental is. You basically paid a 3rd round pick to rent him for half the season.
What happens if you get a 3rd round pick, a compensatory pick?
You're not going to
back?
get a 3rd round pick.
You don't know that,
So
though.
you don't know that, but you know what you do know? If you want to do some of the rental, you have to pay some bills.
Oh, good call, Grady.
You want to lead it off?
No.
Good to go, Andrew? All right. If your home needs a little TLC, or you're dreaming of that next big vacation, maybe even to see one of your Philly teams play, listen up. TrueMark Financial's HELOC Select just got even better. Rates just dropped, making it more affordable to put your home's equity to work. Need a new kitchen, big repairs, maybe knock out some debt. With HELOC Select, you can access your cash all at once or just when you need it. Total flexibility, just like a good game plan. Make it happen today. Visit one of TrueMark's 24 branches or head to TrueMark.com/PHLY and get in the game today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender, NMLS 404938.
Everybody's got their favorite hard tea, but have you ever turned the can around to read what's in it? You got to turn that can around. Why did I just do Walken?
Turn that can around.
Why did I just do that in Christopher Walken's voice?
I
You
don't
got to
know.
turn the can around.
You should probably keep doing the whole read that way.
You want to do
I would love that.
Walken?
I would love it.
Read as Walken?
I would
Okay.
absolutely
All
love
right,
it.
hold on a second. Let's see if I can pull this off. Everybody's got their favorite hot tea, but have you ever turned the can around to read what's in it? You can't, because they don't tell you. And while they hide what's inside, Crooked Tea brags about it. Crooked Tea brews real USDA organic tea for real flavor with 0 sugar. No fake junk hiding behind the label. What you see is what you drink. Next time you're at the store, flip the can. If you can't find the ingredients, put it back. Then grab a Crooked Tea. 0 sugar, real tea, fully transparent. You know it, Philly. Real recognizes real, so why drink the fake stuff? Crooked Tea. The only thing better is a strip sack in the Super Bowl. Visit crookedtea.com to find a store near you.
Let me see that read.
Oh my God.
What, dude?
Bravo.
I'm mandating every read. Oh, that's what it was. The DA, the USDA.
USDA.
Every read moving forward has to be
Has to be
Christopher
Walken.
Walken.
Christopher
Yes.
Walken reads,
Yes.
reads the ads.
We're gonna make this work.
One notable trade that wasn't made.
One notable thing is that Walken can actually read.
I thought he did a great
I
job.
thought I did okay.
I said Walken can actually
Walken.
read.
Oh, E-Walken can read.
Yeah.
E-Rock maybe not, but E-Walken can read.
Y'all both are slow.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He did.
Yeah.
That was the best read he's ever done. He actually read the
100%.
words.
Because I had to, because I was in character. I was in character.
Walken
Well
can
done.
read.
One notable trade that wasn't made was AJ Brown. I don't think collectively here or in the chat as well. I don't think there's any surprises to that. I did not expect. Listen, you expect him to get phone calls.
Diana
People are
Rossini
gonna
was
call.
wrong.
What's that?
No. Miss Rossini was wrong. She didn't have the right source. Larry in accounting doesn't count.
What did she say?
She said, "Oh, he wants to get traded. He's going to be traded." You weren't following this. You missed the whole saga of the last 2 weeks.
No, I didn't miss the whole saga, but I didn't see what Rossini.
Oh, she was just over and over again, peppering the same old story about how it's a thing. It's not a thing. He's not getting traded. Everybody with a brain, including my friend Gritty over here, knew he wasn't getting traded, but she kept pushing the envelope every single time. I digress.
I wouldn't be surprised if something happens during the offseason. I just think if you're actually making a Super Bowl run right now and you're defending the Super Bowl championship, Like you got to have him on the team. You absolutely have to have him on the team. Like, listen, I know the offense looked great against the New York Giants. I know the offense looked a little looser against the New York Giants. I know that watching it, live and seeing highlights on the TV of Jalen Hurts and Dotson saying, "Thanks for trusting me." Jalen was like, "Trust you? Come on, man. Who do you think you're talking to?" I know that it seems like everyone's cheeks unclinched a little bit without him around, but nevertheless, we are talking about the New York Giants, and that's honestly the performance that you should have saw on Thursday Night Football up in MetLife Stadium. So, like, let's pump the brakes. We are going to need AJ Brown for a Super Bowl run.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, again, I just never understood the idea of not how this team is better off with AJ Brown. Even if you get a first round pick, that first round pick does not catch touchdown passes in 2025. If you are truly going after a Super Bowl, a repeat, you are a much better team with AJ Brown. I will say, I wonder, you mentioned like maybe they'll move him in the offseason. Sure, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I won't rule that out. I will say it's rather interesting or just noteworthy. He's been rather quiet. You haven't heard a peep. He hasn't been out there asking or requesting a trade. There's been a couple players at the deadline that requested to be moved, and I just wonder if there was a conversation behind the scenes of, hey, like, okay, we'll address. We're going after a Super Bowl, right? Which we know you care about because you still want those accolades too. It's about different levels of greatness. But if you want to get moved, you got to work with us too. And that means pipe down, play the good part, be the good soldier. We'll readdress this in the offseason. If that scenario even exists. I just thought it was interesting that it's been awfully quiet.
So the Eagles draft picks as it stands right now, including projected comp picks. You got your 1, your 2, 2 3s, 2 4s, and 2 5s. So you still have plenty of draft capital upcoming in this year's draft, which, now
Is that 8 picks? Is that what that is?
That's 8 picks total.
Okay.
So nothing in the 6th or 7th round, but it's easy. It's whatever. It's easy to get those.
Oh, they'll get 6th or 7th. They will.
Oh yeah, because they'll keep hopping back in the 4th or
Yep.
the 5th or anything like that to help stock up on the draft picks. Some notable other Eagles trades over the recent years. Not to be more of a wet blanket on the situation, but okay, let's go run it down because perspective does count. 2023, Kevin Byard for a 5th and a 6th. 2022, Robert Quinn to the Bears for a 4th. 2019, Jannard Avery for a 4th. And the benchmark of what I compare this trade for our new Jalen 2018, Golden Tate for a 3rd.
You can't do that.
Why can't I do that?
Golden Tate was washed up. This guy's 26 years old.
Yeah. No, Golden Tate wasn't washed.
Where did he play after he left us?
New York Giants.
And what did he do?
Who didn't have a quarterback.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. First of all, I don't like Tate as a human being. He's a little low-life scumbucket, trash-talking weirdo.
Okay.
But I didn't see him do anything.
Back in his chair.
No, you're talking about things that like matter to me. Like I'm like, Vic Fangio vouched for this guy. He's 26 years old. He's had non-soft issues, injuries. Like, I don't know. When I watched this highlight reel, at least it was the same jersey. At least he's been playing good this year on a crappy team. It's not Tate. It's not Tate. Don't do that.
I'm saying Tate in the respect that it's an expiring contract for a 3rd round pick.
That I'll take.
That you don't know that you're going to be able to
take. Because Tate got like one ball for us. So if he goes 8 games, gets 1 sack, I will come right back here and I'll be like, oh, well, hey, there you go. Well, got it right.
Okay, but that's actually the knock on, if you pay attention to what Dolphins fans, not that we should, but if you pay attention to what kind of the reaction in Miami is it's why we lead the conversation off with, but he's got a high motor. The guy gives a ton of effort, which absolutely matters, especially when you can push guys back into your defensive tackles, which is your strength of your defense. But the knock on him is that he doesn't finish the play, right? That he gets to the quarterback and he can disrupt, but he can't sack the quarterback. That there's just something missing. Maybe that's why Vic wanted to take a shot on him, because he feels like he can help him finish the play. He feels like there's untapped potential that maybe they couldn't unleash in Miami. He's 26 years old. He's battled a ton of injuries. He medically retired from football when he was at UCLA and then transferred to Miami, had a really good year, blew blew the combine away, wound up being I think it was like the 18th pick, something like that.
He's freaky.
Right? Yeah, he has that freaky type. And the dude's big as hell. Like in terms of, you see him in the airport, Johnny on the spot at the airport, always meets everybody. Yo, he's eye level. He's eye level. So he's pushing 6'5", 6'6". He's a big boy. He has to stay healthy. He's dealt with concussions and Achilles and ACL. But if they can get him healthy for 8 games, even if he's a rental, it will help them in their quest in 2025, 26
100%.
to repeat as Super Bowl champions.
And there's a silver lining.
So
I keep projecting towards the offseason. I keep projecting towards, because honestly, out of everyone, it's Michael Carter that has me the most happy and
content,
excited.
Michael Carter, really?
Yeah. Because if he can play slot and he can stay healthy and he can be that premier slot corner that he was paid as the highest slot corner in the NFL a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard to judge people when they're on the Jets, right? It's hard to judge because that team it's just a dumpster fire. So it's hard to judge talent coming out. But if that means that Coop can move to the outside, you've just solved the problem.
Then why'd you get Zaire?
Just depth.
Because they don't want to move Coop to the outside.
Do you see Zaire playing this year?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Have I read this situation completely wrong? You're looking at me like I'm taking crazy pills. I see Zaire as a healthy scratch on the Baltimore Ravens, a guy who's kind of washed, man, kind of washed. So he's a veteran depth piece. He's like a guy amongst, again, the perplexing guy situation at CB2. If you can just have a consistent CB2 and you put Carter in the slot and he can be that guy, boom, problem solved, donezo.
Can I offer a theory? Not my theory, just one that I heard.
Okay.
Zaire Smith, why he was a healthy Zaire Alexander. I'm sorry, why he was a healthy scratch in Baltimore. Who's their head coach? John Harbaugh.
Yes.
John Harbaugh, what is he known for in terms of what he coached?
Special teams.
Special teams, right? Once Zaire had to kind of earn his way, and maybe he didn't have that starting gig because he was recovering from injury. So when you're a depth corner, what do you have to do? Play special teams, especially for a guy like John Harbaugh. And if you're Zaire Alexander and you're coming in with a little swag, now, albeit he's recovering from injury and he's definitely lost a step, maybe he's washed, maybe he's not. But if he's saying, I ain't playing special teams, like I'm a starting corner, you either put me out there or you don't. Okay, guess what? We're not then. Because John Harbaugh values special teams that much. Again, not my theory. I heard it and I just went, okay, I could see John Harbaugh taking that stance of, if you ain't willing to play special teams with us, you ain't playing, period.
Okay.
And that's why they move him, and the Eagles are like, well, guess what? I'm dealing with Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, and we're trying to take a swing over here on Michael Carter. Come on over here. You get a free shot. Look, if you can play, you can play.
In the chat, they're agreeing with you guys. The Nardo Knight, Alexander, if healthy, will start across Q. Depth, Carter is Cooper's backup. Okay. Nunez says, I don't want Coop outside. He's too elite inside. I agree completely about Coop being elite inside, although I do believe
they might even put Coop at safety because Nakuba is hit or miss some games.
Yeah, but
that's the chess piece in him. You can do that with Coop.
But that's the versatility of Cooper. Is
Correct. You can do that.
You can move and mold it. That's why when you take a look at Jair Carter, okay, one of these guys, you're hoping one of these guys hits.
That's all it is. You said it last week. I think you said you're throwing spaghetti on the wall.
Yep.
Like that's what they're doing.
And then Coop's the giant asterisk where it's like, okay, well, all right, if Jair, okay, well, maybe
whichever one doesn't work, then you can put Coop somewhere.
Then you can put Coop somewhere.
I just genuinely feel like, are there times where we're going to see Coop outside? Yes. I genuinely feel if at the end of the day, Coop is your CB2 out wide, is simply because the swings they took didn't work. And whether it's through action in the game or just what Vic's seen in practice, he's just looking at these guys saying, all right, guess what? Alexander is cooked. And Michael Carter is not, he can't play in this. Like these dudes, well, I guess in that case, Michael Carter would have to pan out in the slot to move Coop out there. But ultimately, my point is, I don't think their plan is to move Coop to the outside. I feel it's taking a position of strength and weakening it to kind of make the defense work.
So let's take a look ahead, because the NFC standings, once again, the conference standings are interesting. Interesting, number one, because you have our boys, the Philadelphia Eagles, at the 1 spot. But when you take a look at Tampa Bay at the 2 seed at 6-2, Seattle, who's playing really good ball, but I wonder if they're getting hot at the wrong time, possibly. A lot of these teams have their ebbs and flows, and right now Seattle looks like a Cinderella team.
Darnold yet
Darling.
again.
Sam Darnold's balling out over there. That receiver that they got,
Shaheed.
Kuban Jingba.
Yeah, I can't say.
Oh, but they just traded with the Saints for
No, but that kid is putting up numbers and making plays that are.
That's why AJ Brown's mad.
That's why AJ Brown's mad.
Yeah.
Why?
He's looking around like all these receivers putting up numbers. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam Darnold's throwing to this guy. Now
Yeah.
this guy's the king of the league right now. Like, what are we doing?
Well, hold on. And Jigba is a tactician. That dude is a legit route runner, and that's because he ain't fast. He ain't the biggest. He ain't got the strongest hands.
Sam Darnold's throwing the ball. Again, I'm just telling you what AJ says. I'm looking around the league and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Njigba? But
Yeah.
what? With Sam Darnold? Y'all should be talking about me. Stuff like that. Like I said, it's not even that he's begrudging about the Eagles. It's like he wants to be better. He wants to be great. And I know he's looking at these other teams like, this guy's getting him the ball like that. Like, somebody better get me the ball.
Yeah.
I'm better than him.
I get it. Philadelphia at the 1 seed, Tampa Bay at the 2 seed, Seattle we just touched on. Green Bay, who we play up next, 5-2-1. Los Angeles Ram at the 5th seed at 6-2. San Francisco at 6-3. Detroit at the 7th seed at 5-3. What I'm trying to say, gentlemen, is within the next 2 weeks, the 1 seed will be determined in the NFC. That's what I'm saying.
See, I don't think it will. In the next 3 weeks?
The
in the
second
next 3
seed-
weeks? I know who we got. Who we got.
Okay.
Because let's just say, in theory,
Yeah.
right? Let's say the Eagles lose to the Packers,
Okay.
right? On Sunday or on Monday night. Just in theory, right? The 1 seed ain't finished because Eagles could come back and they could then beat Detroit and they could beat Dallas. And now you're saying, well, hold on, the Eagles are back in the 1 seed. This is a cluster of games where we'll have a good idea of it, but this is only 3 of 17. Now it's fun for all of us. Right, we're going to figure out. We're going to get a good sense of who really is going to start to take that step. But I
don't know what's going on with you lately.
Horse.
You are totally misreading what he says.
Oh, here we go. White cornerbacks again.
No. What he's saying is, if the Eagles take care of business, the Eagles will be the 1 seed. Period. Because the Packers are out here losing to randos in the street. The 49ers, the Seahawks are in a division where they're eating each other alive.
Okay.
And all we've got to worry about is the Brokeback Mountain Cowboys and the Washington No-Skins.
What if you go 1-2?
If we go 1-2,
You telling me they don't have the 1 seed? They're done?
then it's still up for grabs.
Yeah.
But he was saying it from a place of strength of, if we go handle our business, it's
right
over.
now, coming out of the bye, we were in a very advantageous position where currently, as Tampa Bay stands in the 2 seed, we have the tiebreaker over them. Los Angeles Rams at the 5th seed, we have the tiebreaker over them. If we can get the 4th seed, Green Bay, and win that on Monday Night Football, and then Detroit, Sunday Night Football, if we beat both of those, the only 2 teams that are legitimately stacked in the NFC race right now, which we will not have tiebreakers over, only simply because we don't play them, but they're in incredibly tough divisions like Seattle in the NFC West and San Francisco also in the NFC West, where, to speak the gritty, they will once again eat themselves alive. If we can handle business in the next 2 weeks, woo, boy, are we sitting pretty.
So you're saying if they do what they're supposed to do, the number 1 seed will be okay. Yeah. From that perspective, if we're just assuming that they do their job,
Right.
Sure. I don't know that I think they come out of this gate unscathed, but I don't think by any means that would move them out of contention of locking up the 1 seed.
Green Bay Packers, what's your thought on the game, Gritty?
We should dominate this team. Coming off the bye, they lost their check down captain, Kraft.
Yes.
Love almost threw 4 picks the other day. They got ran on like nobody's business. We're just getting back into the running business ourselves. I mean, I'm not the one playing, so don't tell me it's a jinx, but there should be no way you lose this game, because one thing about my coach, Nick Sirianni, that he took from his predecessor, you win off of the bye. He wins off of the bye. We're healthy. We're coming on strong. You come in there, you kick them in the teeth, and then you really just have to worry about the Lions. The Lions are a physical, rough team. Don't look ahead. We can look ahead because we're just talking about it because it's the bye week. So if we go out there and handle our business, we are in a place of power. If we lose, now it's a battle to fight and try and hope to get it. And you got to make a couple moves and hope somebody else loses a different way. But like I said, these other teams are going to start playing each other, and somebody's getting taken out of that position. Whereas we've already taken a lot of our heavy hits and we have the tiebreakers. So handle these next 3 games, and boy, oh boy, is it looking good for you. Because you worried about Mariota down in Washington splitting one game? No.
Oh my God.
I'll send Tanner McKee out there for one of them games and rest my squad. Like that's how unbothered I am by it. So these next 3 weeks, if we do what we're supposed to do, we will have the advantageous number 1 position that we have to hold on to, where everybody else is fighting and clamoring to get to number 2.
And trade deadline, as much as I was like meh about it, like, all right, it is what it is. What I'm feeling great about this Philadelphia Eagles team moving forward for the to the rest of the season. Because not only against the New York Giants, as you start to once again discover the run game, establish the run, put in some new wrinkles that we hadn't seen before, which was the jumbo package, the 6th offensive lineman, and you started to feel like the Eagles were starting to get their swagger back. And Kobe Dean's playing well. While the rest of the league, Jaden Daniels, not exclude, all of them seem to be getting banged up and injured. Boy, to Philadelphia, the reinforcements are coming. Brandon Graham should be ramped up and ready and active by the time we see him.
Brandon's playing on
Monday
Packers,
night.
yeah.
Nolan Smith, they activated the practice window for him. We should see Nolan Smith back. So it's like the reinforcements are coming. The offensive line, Landon, looks like he's playing better. Do we have any idea about Cam? Has any injury report?
No one said anything about Cam.
Nobody said anything about Cam as it stands Wednesday at 7:42. Nevertheless, Landon's playing better. Jason Kelsey said it on his podcast. By the way, happy birthday, Jason Kelsey, celebrating his birthday today. Nevertheless, the Eagles are getting healthy. They've got the top seed right now. And if they can just handle business in the next 2 weeks, they will own tiebreakers over 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in the NFC playoff hunt.
So we're halfway through the season, right?
Yes.
And it was about this time last year where we started looking at individual games to give us a sense and a flavor of who the team really was going to be moving forward. And with every game, we inched closer to a little more confidence, which revealed a little bit more about that team and who they were. You're right. Look, it's a bye week, and they got healthy over the bye week. And you're right. The Packers, I told you earlier, I'm not scared of the Packers, right? But the reality is they've got to go into Green Bay and prove it. I'm not worried about the stretch of next 3. I'm worried about Monday night. You go to Lambeau, you handle your business. It was all fun and games when we beat up on the Giants, but then casually we'll joke about how trash the Giants are. I get that. Like them or not, fear them or not, the Packers are widely considered a contender in the NFC. You're rested, you're getting healthy, the reinforcements are coming, there's some new folds, new wrinkles in the offense. We think the team is starting to come together. Prove it. Once they prove it, then I can start focusing on the week following and what this means and are they starting to make that move. But they can't do any of that until they go into Lambeau on Monday night and prove it.
Agreed. Agreed. It is going to be a one game at a time, and you, just like Nick Sirianni echoes all the time, and Howie Roseman, you want to be playing your best football at the end of the season. I'm just very happy after going through a very tumultuous up and down roller coaster of feelings in the first half of the season, to then be hitting the bye and coming out of the bye with a couple difficult games in our face, feeling pretty damn good about where this team sits.
Then, and I know we got to pay some bills, then show me that tumultuous beginning and show me those emotions, those frustrations, those questions that we had in the first half of the, show me that's all in the past, right? Don't come out of the bye and then we're sitting there saying, boy, here it is again.
Yeah.
Here, like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Right? Show me that you've moved past that. We're healthy, we're moving forward, and it's time to make a run. Distance yourself.
All right, let's pay some bills.
Holiday steals are here at Ashley. It's the perfect time to get your home ready for the season and save big. From stunning dining sets for all your holiday feasts to super cozy sectionals, perfect for movie nights. We have everything you need to make the season magical. And the more you shop, the more you save with up to 25% off store-wide. Or take advantage of our special financing with 5 years of no interest. Discover great deals in-store and online only At Ashley.
Philly Sports Trips has something lined up if you want to get away. Philly Sports Trip, they have the PHLY. They are going to Los Angeles. Every time I read this, it makes me upset. From March 17th to the 22nd, they're hitting the West Coast.
Just do it as walking.
Big games, no walking. They're going to see the Anaheim Ducks at the Honda Center, and then the LA Kings at the Crypto Arena. There's a 5-night package. They're going to be in Santa Monica. Group tickets for both games. Flyers watch party with John LeClaire. It sounds so amazing. I mean, why would you want to be there? I'd love to be there. They got a lot of events going on. Sun, fun sites, beach, and hockey. I don't know if hockey would be, but I guess it's going to sound great. 5 nights, you guys. Sponsored limited. So make sure you book your trips at allphly.com/events. 5 nights. Hockey.
We got to get you to the West
on
Coast.
the beach. I mean, I'm just saying. Fun the sun.
Oh my
He
God.
wants to be on the West Coast.
Yeah, well, all right.
Great LA.
Yeah,
He loves it.
Because here it comes. Buckle up, boys and girls, because you know what's
Okay.
about to happen.
Where are you going? You're going.
Speaking
got
of
something
Philly
else.
sports trips,
Are you kidding?
speaking of Philly sports trips, I just was informed last week during the bye week and after our show
Go ahead.
that I am happy to announce that I will be attending the Eagles Los Angeles Chargers, my first trip out to SoFi Stadium. With Philly sports trips with Vince and the crew over at Philly. Look at Gritty. He's just disgusted with me.
Because you're a liar.
Why?
No, keep
Why am I
talking.
a liar?
Tell your little tale of tales. Tell your little tale of tales. You're going to LA, fun in the sun. Let's run friends. Go ahead, finish.
Can we go?
So
Details.
you can. Yeah. You just got to contact Vince.
No, you're going to contact him for us. You got the pull. Like, hey, here's the deal.
Just give me his number. I'll call him myself.
Okay, we'll do. So I will be DJing the Santa Monica Pier. They rented out Santa Monica Pier on Sunday. I will be DJing the event hosted by former long snapper and magician extraordinaire John Dornbos.
okay.
So to be me and John Dornbos throwing the party.
Sure.
And then I will be DJing the tailgate with former Eagles running back and 2025 Hall of Fame nominee LaShawn McCoy. Shady McCoy. So I look forward to seeing everyone out in LA and, of course, joining the section that they blocked off for us and come join us and sit with a bunch of crazy Eagles fans.
What's the date?
That is the weekend of December 8th.
Hold on. It's December 8th. Let me just check
Yeah.
your calendar.
Now, why am I a liar, Gritty?
No, it's cool. It's cool. I don't embarrass you. You're the lead of the show. You're a very important person.
No, you open
I
the
get
can
it.
of worms.
I get it.
No,
No,
can of worms.
there's no-
Go for it.
there's
Go
no
for it.
can of worms.
I think I'm free.
I talked to you before the season started about trips.
Yes.
You said
Yes.
you were staying home this year.
Yes.
You said, I'm not doing the thing.
I'm not doing
But now you're doing things, and then you come in late to tell about the things. Obviously, you're being coerced. Obviously, you're being blackmailed. You didn't want to do these things. It's not your fault. You know what I mean? And you're DJing, you're be ricking. I get it. You got things to do. You got things to do. And you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
The reason I was not doing trips is because I'm going through a little bit. Oh man, like
You don't have to explain yourself to me live on the show. I just want you to know that you hurt my feelings, and I want them to know that you've hurt my feelings. You know
But
why?
there's a way to make it up.
You know why? What? Look, while you're sitting there at home watching these episodes, it's late in the show. If you're here, you're a real one. You're a diehard. I appreciate you. And I want you to know that this is one of the most delightful people on the planet. He is the mayor of Philadelphia Eagles sports. The mayor. Zora Mandani has to check in with this guy when he comes to Philadelphia. This is the mayor. So when the mayor says he's doing or not doing things, I adjust accordingly. Not all of us could just jet set and live the life of luxury of the B-Ricks, but it's okay. And I also like to have things like this in my pocket to make him feel guilty about when I really need something. When I'm burying a body and I call this man, he will pick up every single time because he does things like this to me, and I tell you about it so that he can't just lord it over me in silence. He has to suffer in public because this is what this man does. But yes, make sure you check out Philly Sports Trips because they got a lot of great stuff going on in California. Apparently, checking out the Chargers too.
Does Vince watch? Does Vince watch the program?
I doubt it. He's a
You
boomer.
doubt
Oh,
it?
I'm going to clip it and send it to him. I'm going to.
Little fun fact for you,
Make
Mayor.
room.
Yeah.
That's the game that's going to be the Disney Pixar Monsters Inc. game.
Oh, see, we can't watch that.
So you'll be there.
We gotta
Okay.
The Pixar world.
Wow.
By the way, what a pain in the ass it was not to watch. You know how confused I was Monday night, a little bit mentally altered, trying to figure out why my YouTube TV that I paid so much
Oh,
money for
you
this.
weren't following? You didn't know?
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, it's blasphemy. It's wild.
That's why you need Hulu.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I
matter.
tried the backdoor.
I watch it.
I
I
tried to
Hulu.
backdoor my way into Disney
must
Plus.
have
Go to ESPN. Now I got to log in for another subscription. What? Just for Monday Night Football?
Do you have YouTube TV?
No, I have Hulu.
You have Hulu and you got it.
I have Hulu Live Sports, and I had the game.
You have the ESPN package. Too.
Hulu is owned by Disney and NBC. They're all the same
Ding,
company.
ding, ding.
Yeah, but I have Disney. I have Disney Plus.
Yeah, but you don't have
that.
Hulu.
But
You're not
you,
listening to
YouTube.
Hulu as well. Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
have Hulu Live Sports.
Oh, so what I should have done is I should have went to Disney Plus.
No, but he
Send
told
back-
you though. I'm
send
saying,
back-
you're not listening.
There's Hulu Live Sports. There's Hulu. There's Disney.
There's too much.
Ah.
There's too
So
much.
I went to Disney Live Sports and then I went to ESPN and they wanted like another subscription. And I'm
Yes.
like, I already got like 10 gajillion subscriptions. I can't afford another, like whatever. And so then what I should have done is backdoor my way through Disney Plus into Hulu and then went to Live Sports. That's what you're telling me.
No, but you have to have a subscription for Hulu Live Sports. That's
Yeah,
what
it's a whole.
That's what we're saying.
That's how I get my cable is through Hulu. So I have like that big package that gets everything. It's way better than YouTube TV.
So
Technically, it's not cable.
Woefully
There is no cable.
Stream. Yeah.
So while I'm woefully uneducated and had no idea on this entire thing and what was happening, other than a notification, and I just kind of shrugged it off, be like, "Well, I guess I can't watch Monsters Inc. this time. Oh well, I guess I can't watch Moana for the umpteenth billionth time because my daughter loves it. Whatever." Is there an end in sight with this thing?
It usually takes 2 weeks. It happens every other 4 years or whatever. It's not a big deal. Separation anxiety.
Although,
fight.
I mean, because traditionally, if you have YouTube TV, you always get the notices like, oh, we're fighting with Fox or we're fighting with CBS or we can't come to a contract, blah, blah, blah. ESPN just released their $30 a month package for their network. So they are strong arming, Disney is strong arming YouTube TV right now. And it ain't something that YouTube TV really has any control over. It's Disney. It's Disney, ABC, ESPN. They're the ones putting the bricks to YouTube TV right now. So I don't know when.
Wouldn't you like to watch the Cowboys lose to the Cardinals?
Yeah, and the
I'm full of impressions today.
They're good ones too.
They're gonna bend the knee anyway because like they already went to YouTube and was like, oh my gosh, can you please run election night? And YouTube's like, no,
Nope. Yep.
no.
Good luck getting it
there's
to CBS.
Yes, because there's gonna be other things that you want to run too, bro.
Yeah.
So come back to the table. Like
Yeah.
YouTube has a stranglehold on America right now too.
Yeah.
So as much as they want the ESPN thing, I've got the multi-view. I want multi-view.
Yep.
And if I give up that, nobody else will give me multi-view.
Well,
So like
And it's the point that, like E-Rock, or at least like myself, we've got a million. I'm not getting another subscription. I'm not doing it. I'm not paying another $30. I'll figure out something. I'll bootleg it. I'll talk to a buddy. I'll figure it out one way or the other. I am a stubborn and petty SOB when I need to be, and I'm going to be. So, and I think there's a lot of people like us right now that are saying, I ain't doing it. Now, Monday night, when the Eagles play the Packers, I might need to do it. Or I might need to find a bar or something. But yes, this Monday night is in jeopardy. That's my guy. Figure that out. Get ahead of the schedule.
Love it. So what you're saying is Disney's not going to end up on your Woo Player of the Week.
They're not a Woo Player of the Week.
Well, let's get to our Woo Player of the Week then.
So it's E-Rock, Andrew, me, Ashworth.
Son of a gun, I'm hosed. 'Cause I got nothing.
I'm going to have to delicately maneuver my way around this.
Bye week as well. So
Yeah, no, but
No birds.
I have a Woo Player of the Week, and I hope this Woo Person of the Week
Oh Lord.
never dies, never goes away, lives forever. Because while this Woo Player of the, or Woo Person of the Week
gonna say.
traded away one of the premier defensive ends for 2 second-round picks, and it was like that meme of Peter Griffin, and be like, "Oh, you can either have the boat." I already lost.
Peter Griffin. Yeah, you already said it.
well, it's fictional, right?
It's fictional. It's fictional, Gritty.
Whoa. Don't make excuses
Bye-week
for
pass.
him.
Is
He's
there-
going on a Philly sports trip to LA, leaving us in the dust.
Where it's like, oh, you can get the boat or the mystery box. Well, we got to take the mystery box. You don't know what could be in there. It could be about this woo person of the week once again traded for a defensive tackle again out of the New York Jets. Some defensive tackle for a 2026 second round pick, a 2027 first, and a defensive tackle who Cowboys fans tried to convince me was better, drafted in the 20s, than our guy that we drafted in the 10s. And then once again got Logan Will. Jerry Jones is my.
Whoa.
I butchered
That was absolutely ridiculous. That was insane.
That was a.
I tried to save you with the fictional character, but then you just kind of butchered that one from there on out.
Terrible. Andrew.
All right, I got a player. I got a woo player. I want to give up my woo player to this one. He was a bird. And he had a great Super Bowl game. He was lights out. Some people might even say he could have been MVP of that Super Bowl. And then he gets traded.
Oh, I know we're going with.
Goes to Arizona.
Yep.
And then last week, watching that game, watching those Cowboys, watching those Cardinals, this guy put on a clinic. 2 sacks. 1 that was on a 4th down. My woo player is Josh Sweat. That is my woo player of the week.
I would have loved to have seen it, but I couldn't.
Highlights are on the internet. You could just check out the highlights.
Yeah, it's true.
Or you could bootleg it.
You can bootleg it.
Yeah.
So, doesn't happen often on this show. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if this woman who is my woo player of the week is married. I know that I didn't like her father at all. Her father was not a great man. Good man, I guess, but he got caught with paraphernalia and stuff in a briefcase at one point. A little drinking and driving, and just the owner that I didn't think I cared for at all. And rest in peace. He's not with us anymore, but his daughter is out here cooking. And I tell you what, I don't know if she's married or not, but there's something about this woman that makes me swoon every time I see her. Everything she says, everything she does. She's on the sideline with her little headset on. She's involving herself in the game and in the knowledge of the game from the bricks to the floor, everything. This woman just wants to know what's going on. Carly Ursay, call your boy Black Gritty in case you're single, because it's not because you're a billionaire, baby. That's not what it's about. It's not about the money. I mean, we can get a prenup. It's about the fact of the way you handle your business and going out there and getting that sauce when you see your team is 7-1. I mean, your quarterback is out here doing stuff that your other quarterback that retired early wasn't even doing. He's on a heater, and you are taking full advantage, lady, and I love to see it. I love a woman that handles her business because she can handle me. So, Harley Ursay, you are my woo player of the week, baby girl.
I don't know.
If you're married, I apologize.
Didn't that quarterback throw like 4 picks this past weekend? That's something that other quarterback didn't do.
Actually, he did.
He did.
The sad part about it is every quarterback except for our quarterback
has
games like that. Everybody else has a game like that.
I
but
know.
Our guy can't do anything without being crucified. But everybody else gets to have a 4-pick game, 5-pick game.
Put the ball in harm's way.
Yep.
That's what the people want. So I struggled with this one because obviously there's a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't too much going on in the wide world of sports. We mentioned a few players that had moved teams at the trade deadline. In fact, this player we had already discussed, and we talked about what he brings on the field. We talked about the type of player he is. Is he a rental? I don't know. We'll find out. Can he help the line? We'll see. Can he stay healthy? But then I listened to him. Johnny on the Spot. That's not a name. That's just a title.
Okay.
Johnny on the Spot met this individual in an airport, and we already talked about the size. He had the look. Could he help? But it's what he said. It's what he said that touched me. It moved me just a little bit. Because my woo player of the week said, I can't wait to get in the building and be one of the guys. I can't wait to get in the building and earn my respect. There's no other place I wanted to go. Pandering at its finest. And then he ended the interview with the best hashtag. He said, Go Birds. And I thought, hey, Jalen, you figured it out. You know exactly how to play to our hearts, and that's exactly what you did. I promise you, when you said go Birds, I bought in all the way. So for that reason, Jalen Phillips, you, my friend, are my player of the week.
That was soft by you.
Why?
Falling for that.
Why?
Falling for that.
What do you mean?
I mean, when he sacked our quarterback and he was out here doing this, he already knows the game.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, he's pandering.
You guys just buying.
I'm in. See, Bryce, you ain't the only one.
All right,
you ain't the only one that can pander.
So anyway, we only have 10 minutes left in this show, so we got to get stuff done.
Oh, okay.
I have questions that I'm going to ask you, and you have to answer the questions as quickly as possible. No pontificating, no thinking, because you're an overthinker.
Oh, that's 100% fact.
Sandwiches, diagonal or cut down the middle?
Diagonal.
Diagonal.
It is solidified. That is the only way to make a sandwich. I don't want to hear anything about it. The love of your life is a fan of your mortal enemy team. Do you stay with them or do you walk away? Your wife turns into a Cowboys fan today. Are you staying or are you going?
Go with Andrew first because I'm thinking this one over.
Could be some spite fun.
That's what
The first thing I thought of was angry sex.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. There will be no love and caressing. No, there will be.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Go
Yeah.
Birds. Go Birds.
I'll show you a cowboy. First of all, you were done about 10 pounds ago. So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's stop with hyperbole.
And people listen to this with headphones on sometimes, bro. Like,
right?
Calm down.
This
Sorry,
is
I got
actually a
excited.
side topic for me.
Okay.
Numerous times. I would absolutely, if she was a fan of the Cowboys or the Giants, whatever, I would absolutely stay with her because she's a football fan first. Right. So I would take somebody. Would you rather be with a girl that just didn't give a damn about sports at all? Like just didn't care, couldn't be bothered with it, or was a fan of your rival? All right, well, give me the one that actually enjoys sports. We got something in common. I dig that.
It depends. If she's really annoying about it, though, I'd rather take the girl
Can you imagine
That's a whole
who doesn't like sports.
Y'all know
we them
Rich,
boys.
You're
We
in
them
the weeds.
Oh, yeah.
So you're staying.
Yeah, I'll stay.
I'm in.
I have never hit a woman, and I don't want to catch a domestic. I'm out.
I'm out.
She might say the wrong thing to me.
That's self-awareness
She might
right
say
there.
the wrong thing to me. Next thing I know, it's happy season out here. So I'm out. Okay, on that.
Yep.
All right. So, E,
Yeah.
you get to go watch your favorite sports game, or you get to go to an Eagles game, whatever game you want, or you get to go to a game 7 of another sport. Which one are you taking?
Is a Philadelphia team playing instead?
In the game 7, yes, it's another Philadelphia team.
Yeah, I think I
I didn't understand this question.
okay, all right. Yeah,
It is a Philadelphia team
that's a
in the
big
game 7?
stipulation.
Yes.
Okay.
And for him, I just know it's the Eagles. Like,
No,
if
it's
you
not.
were-
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No,
No, it's not. I'd pass up an Eagles regular season game to watch the Sixers win a championship in Game 7.
then that's a yes. That's
Yeah.
Then we're done.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say no, but I don't want to get yelled at. Okay, so who's your favorite player all time?
Eric Allen.
What sport would you like to see Eric Allen play besides football?
I bet you Eric Allen can hoop.
I bet he could hoop too. Who's your favorite player?
I would probably have to say Eagles related.
Your favorite player?
I mean, Randall Cunningham was my favorite growing up. So I'll just.
What sport would you want to see him play?
I don't know that he would I mean, I guess basketball for him.
I'd like to see him play baseball.
Oh,
That's
man.
me.
I'm going to get shot.
I'd love to see
Like
him
a
at the
pitcher?
wall in center field.
Or you think he'd be a center fielder?
He's fast like the wind. He
Oh, no,
jumps out of the
agreed.
building. I'm just saying, put him in someplace different.
Yeah.
Randall Cunningham with that long legs just going like this, like a gazelle. And everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be magical to me. And Eric Allen hooping, his attitude would be right. He always smiling. I can see him dunking on somebody happy. Andrew, your favorite player?
Growing up, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. What sport would you like to see Peyton in besides football?
Forehead
What?
wrestling.
Chess.
Because he's weird. Person, like, would you put him in?
Can I put a giant asterisk behind that and pontificate a little bit? Because I think
No
we would all,
overthinking.
I think we would all agree a little bit that coming from like a jiu-jitsu MMA background myself, Brian Dawkins and his mentality, what would he have been like as an MMA fighter? That guy would have been.
Well, that should have been your answer.
Yeah.
But you asked me who was my favorite Eagle growing up, who's my favorite Eagle all the time. So I couldn't, I had to like,
okay, yeah,
but I'm just saying, as an asterisk, Brian Dawkins inside the octagon. Woo,
And I'll leave Brian Dawkins as my answer because that's a good answer. I'll let that slide. I was gonna say something like, if I could have saw like Reggie White as a goalie in hockey.
Oh boy.
He'd take up the whole goal.
Exactly.
Which
exactly.
By the way, how has that never happened? How have we not gone to Japan or somewhere, gotten a sumo wrestler, put him in skates, and just stand there?
Because skating is hard.
I get it, but we haven't even tried.
Honda on skates. Yeah. Dude, just pucks, just
give me some big ass.
Andrew.
Yes.
Would you rather be trapped in a spaceship or in a submarine at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, space.
Space, because at least the view is prettier.
Space, without question.
Nobody likes the ocean. I'm trying to be in the ocean. At least I'm on the planet.
No, we all know what happened.
At least I'm on Earth. You guys are up in space. You can be floating out to the sun. At least I'm on the planet.
We all know about submarines.
We know a ton of stuff about up there, right?
You know nothing about what's going up there.
We know a lot more about what's going up there than we do down there.
We didn't go to the moon, bro. I don't know anything.
Plus, isn't it a more peaceful way? This is a morbid question, but isn't it a more peaceful way to go? Like, okay, the submarine, you go down far enough, you can't see nothing. You just can't see nothing. And then you get crushed like the dudes on the Titanic.
That goes
if
so
you're
quick,
up in space, you are going to run out of eye. It's a very peaceful sort of passing with the stars and the galaxy.
I think I would just rather go. You don't even know it.
Questions. There's no right or wrong answer. So if you guys want to float off in space into the sun, knock yourself out, I'd rather be on a planet with hope of rescue. Now.
Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, right.
Ashworth.
Yeah.
You're an average white guy, so you could do some of these things.
Okay.
But professionally,
yeah,
which would you prefer to do? Dunk, hit a home run, a rushing touchdown, or score a hockey or soccer goal? What would be your epic thing to do? What would you love to do?
Well, I can do a lot of them.
I know, that's what I said, average white guy. This is a professional thing.
Oh, at a professional level?
Yes. Like you're in the league. Which one do you want to do?
I want to hit a home run.
You want to run over Zach Bond and score a touchdown? Like, what do you want to do?
No, if it's what I want to do, I want to hit a home run because that's an individual achievement moment. Then I got to trot the bags and they all raining down on me.
What are the options one more time?
Dunk, hit a home run, rushing touchdown, or a hockey goal or soccer goal.
I want to say home run because it's like I can leisurely trot around the bases with these knees. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be too much physical activity. But if you saw all 5'6" of E-Rock dunking over somebody, you might think I have superpowers. So yeah. So well, listen, man. You know, not average white guy, below average white guy. Okay, so that would be you would be like this guy got bit by a radioactive spider. Now he's dunking. So yes.
I said there's no right answer. That's the only right answer for you. You definitely want to put your nuts in somebody's face. Like Andrew.
Champions League or World Cup goal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bicycle kick?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I want to be on the ice, getting nasty and freak somebody behind the back between the legs and just shoot that puck right in the corner, right over the glove and just sink that thing and hear the I'm like, man, I want that. I want
smack the glass. Dude,
oh, man. Yes.
Like that.
I'm also too big and rotund. I wouldn't be that fast, but if I could get out there and be elegant and slick with it, that would be awesome.
Nunya says if E-Rock dunked, I would think he was an alien. It's fair. It's fair.
Is it legal to have an out-of-conference team? And if so, what is your AFC team, E-Rock?
Oh,
I think this is a stone cold violation, and I want to punch people in the face when they say it.
All right.
When somebody says to me, "Oh, Eagles are my favorite NFC team," I know what's coming next, and I'm like, because I posted I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to pontificate, but when I was down at Chesapeake Inn, I saw a guy had a split jersey. It was Ravens and Eagles. Couldn't make sense.
Ugh.
Put it up on the gram. It went viral. The guy reached out to me and he was like, "Yo, man, why you put me on blast like that?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but I got to know the story. What's with this?" And he goes, "Oh, the Eagles are my favorite NFC team. The Ravens are my favorite AFC team." If that conversation was face to face, might have swung. Because that is a stone cold violation to have two teams. Period. End of story.
It is a violation. However, I am just from my childhood, when I was a Ute, I was partial then to the Bills. Why? Because the Bills were always playing NFC East teams in the Super Bowl. And I never wanted the Giants, the Redskins, the Cowboys to win. So I was a quasi-Bills fan for those games only. So it kind of just stuck with me. I'm not a fan of them today, but it kind of stuck with me.
Andrew?
I mean, I kind of teased it. The Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't think it's illegal. Before we won the Super Bowl, there was an era of you could appreciate football.
Yeah.
I had a Peyton Manning jersey. I had a Richard Williams jersey. My business card literally said bald, black, and most likely wearing a jersey. And the only teams that I wouldn't rep are teams in my conference. Like I wouldn't mess with the Braves. I wouldn't mess with the Cowboys. But everybody else, like when I just see a great player, I want to rock that player. Like I appreciate that part of the sport.
Yep.
Eagles are my team, but I can see the value in it. We won the Super Bowl. I forget which jersey I was wearing. I was wearing a Peyton Manning or something. Somebody's like, "You scumbag!" Like I'm like, "Whoa!" So the whole dynamic changed after we won the Super Bowl. Where I got all these 40 jerseys in the closet. My Ocho Cinco's fun. I used to walk out and I can't do it no more.
Brock's another team. Like I can tell you with all confidence, regardless of what you out there you might think of me, I promise you, another team's jersey. I have never put. I owned one. I owned my favorite non-Eagle growing up just because I liked his work ethic. I liked the guy was Jerry Rice. I had a signed Jerry Rice jersey. I never put it on. And even when I do my videos where I have to wear a Cowboys hat because I could not find any of my buddies to do it because they think like me, stone cold violation, I'm not going to put on a Cowboys hat to be in your goofy ass TikTok. Forget it. I put a wig on so that the hat doesn't touch my skin.
And to make it look like you had hair.
I have never.
I love that.
I've never.
that.
My skin. This belongs properly to
Pure.
Philadelphia Eagles. It is pure. It is pure, my friend.
I am a 76er and a LeBron Jameser fan. Wherever LeBron goes, I am a fan. It's the same reason I love Bryce Harper. When I was younger and I saw them on that sports cover at 16 as a kid, I was like, man, these kids are doing something. That means something to me. So I get you. Not a violation. Definitely a violation. Not a violation. Okay. Does baseball need a cap?
No.
Baseball need a cap? I know you don't know much about it. Yes. Baseball need a cap?
Yes.
Baseball needs a cap.
No,
Juan Soto ain't worth $700 million. Ohtani at least pitches and hits the ball. It's too much money. No player's worth $1 billion. These 15-year contracts are killing us. I'm moving on. I don't even hear your excuse because you're not agreeing with the rest of us. We're right. You're wrong.
Okay.
Now, this is only for you two doofuses because I will correct you when I'm done because you've already overtalked. So, you get the first one and you get the second one.
Okay.
You have, sir, 90 seconds to tell me, E-Rock, how you would fix the Jets. Are you ready? Go.
In order to fix the Jets, you needed a complete, and I do mean complete, cultural strip down of the organization. It has been a cesspool for countless years. Woody Johnson needs to sell the team. You need an owner that's going to come in and completely revitalize the organization top to bottom. When you continually perpetuate this odor of stank and you're constantly ruining these first-round draft pick quarterbacks, these top 5 pick quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, thank God, escaped that place and is now able to have a successful career both in Minnesota and now Seattle. Okay. The owner needs to change. The owner needs to change. They need to get the hottest new general manager, young, bright-minded general manager, aggressive style. You need an owner in there that is going to spend money. I don't think when you take a look at the big picture that it's that hard to fix. You just need to change the man at the top and the rest of the dominoes. If you get that right man in there, just like Jeffrey Lurie was that right man after Norman Brayman and completely change this organization around, Woody Johnson, in order to fix the Jets, you start with Woody Johnson, you need to sell the team.
Look at that. You had 4 seconds left.
I
Good
call
job.
collusion, first of all, because I know E-Rock very well. You knew that question was coming ahead of time.
I did not.
He did not.
What the hell are we worried about the Jets for? Go ahead. What start my time?
Why are we worried about a diagonal sandwich? These are my questions.
These are great questions. The diagonal sandwich
is
is a great question.
These are my questions.
It's a great question. I just thought there's no like you came out of the gate firing.
Yeah, because he knows football. Now it's your turn.
We going Jets?
You have 90 seconds. No.
Oh,
Stop
I was about to
cheating.
say.
Fix the Browns.
Get a quarterback.
How
I don't need 90 seconds.
How do you do it?
You got to draft a quarterback. You got to develop a quarterback.
They've drafted 23 quarterbacks in the last 20 years.
Yeah, and they've gotten every single one wrong outside of Baker Mayfield.
But how do they fix it, though?
Get a quarterback and hold. Like, we don't have to. You always talk about, hey, you talk too much and you overthink too much.
But I gave you 90 seconds.
I don't need it. I'm just going to fill it up with nonsense at this point. The problem with the Browns made, look, you can talk about the owner. You can talk about a general manager. Like you said with the Jets, a lot of what you said with the Jets is probably correct. You got to change the culture. But the reality is you've got to get good players in the building. You got to get a coach that knows how to lead men, that can set a tone, a culture. Look at what Campbell's doing over in Detroit. An empty franchise, but he changes the culture, right? You got to get a coach that'll change that culture. But most importantly, and again, I don't care what team you are, you've got to have a quarterback. And that's something that's plagued the Browns for decades. Go get your quarterback. You had it with Baker Mayfield. They got selfish. They thought their ish didn't stink, and they sent him off. Fine, fair enough. When you get him, you hold on to him, and you build around him. It's not complicated. The Browns just make it complicated. You could have done that by trading Myles Garrett, get 3 first-round picks, and now you can set yourself up for the future. They didn't want to do that. So it's rot from everywhere. But I'm telling you, these problems would go away, especially with the Browns, if they had somebody under center they could trust. It's that simple.
Okay. So, good job. So for you, you're generally right. Ownership needs to change. Then if I was a new owner, I'd hire John Gruden to be my GM. I give him a 10-year contract. I tell him, all you get to do with these 9 new first-round draft picks that I have is build an offensive line and build an offense that suits you. The last thing you will do is get a quarterback. And then you will descend down from the GM and you will be my head coach and the GM. I don't care if it's interim, whatever you want to pay somebody to go run that team for the first 3 years while you're drafting and building under your tutelage and stewardship, but you get a 10-year run to rebuild and reframe this team. I think John Gruden, with a culture, a mindset, and an attitude, would literally turn around the Jets. So ownership, John Gruden, fix it. The Browns, yes, they need a quarterback, but they can't draft one. They need to, instead of trying to flip Myles Garrett for 3 first-round picks, they need to go to one of these teams and say, I'll give you 3 first-rounders and make a move like for Stafford. Someone who's established in the league that they can just go and get and solidify and bring on the team immediately to change around. The defense is all world. The offense isn't that bad. You could pick up a couple of new receivers in the second round, but that's the way that you fix it. You're right. They need a quarterback. But how do you get it? Not through the draft. They can't be trusted in the draft. Okay. They've drafted 92 guys. Go find and acquire the one quarterback in the league and say, look, I'm going to go get him. Or you can just put Sanders out there. Andrew?
I know a team that you can make that trade with. You can make that trade with the Philadelphia Eagles by giving them Tanner McKee.
See, that's not going to do it.
That's not going to do it.
What he's saying is you go get that guy. The problem with that guy.
I need a guy that's proven.
But the problem is those guys usually have a little say into where they go.
Not always, I was thinking the same thing. You think Stafford's going to agree to it? He'd rather retire. He'd rather retire.
So here's the thing. Think Jared Goff wanted to go to the Detroit Lions?
He didn't have that cachet yet.
But my point is that, again, that's a move that oddly worked out for both teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have
rarely
to go,
does, but you're right.
But either way, Goff didn't want to go to the Lions. Nobody wants to go to the Lions. Right. But he did it because you want to be there. So if you get a guy who's younger, a guy who already went to a Super Bowl, now you're going to tell me I got to go be in Detroit with a guy who's talking about biting kneecaps and all. He didn't know it was going to work out the way it was. Right. But the teams took the chance. When the Tampa Bay Bucks went there and did that trade deal with Indianapolis, you're trading head coaches? You think that's going to do something? Those two teams need to make huge swings and differences that people don't do often to literally flip them around their franchise. And I don't know who it is, but you can go get Tanner time for free if that was the case. You send me Deion Sanders' son, I'll just give you Tanner. But you need something. That's what I would do. You're both right. I would just give it a little bit more detail. Those are some quick hitter answers I just wanted to ask you guys. And that was fun.
It was fun. It was a fun little exercise. We might replace the betting segment, which we won't get into.
Oh wow, it's horrible last week.
You guys just dying alone in space. Silence in space.
Bring us home, Gritty.
Allphly.com. Check us out. We're on the website. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend to tell a friend to watch the show and come hang out with us every week on Wednesdays live at 7 o'clock. Andrew, get us out of here.
Go.
We all silly like the mayor.